ladies and germs. Now we're going to talk about the tostada shells. There's two different ways to make it. And here goes both ways. What we have here is the pan that we're going to use to do some fried tostada shells. But we got to get that hot. So what we have done is we preheated the oven to the old great 350 action. We have ourselves about 8 or 9 tortillas. And what we're going to do is we're going to layer them up down inside the oven. I'll take you with me right now. We're going to do that right now. Now, there's the oven. There's the rack. We just want to throw them up there so that if possible, not to have the edges over the wires, but over so that the two edges of it will be on some end of it so that they'll cook evenly. You can use both racks. And what happens, you got to keep an eye on these because when you bake them, you know, they're going to dry out and become tostada shells. So this is the one where we're going to do that. That is going in right now, and I would say it's about 5 minutes after the hour. So we need those in there about 10 or 15 minutes, maybe less. And up here, with this one, we do the old-fashioned deep frying. Well, not really deep frying. Now we got those others in the oven. What we're going to do up here is we're going to make some with oil. We're going to fry these. This is another way to make the tostada shells. We only need a little bit of oil like that. We want it to get hot. The stove is warming up. So, like before, you know if the oil's hot enough. If you put the tip in, it's cold, nothing's happening. Also, when the oil is cold, it doesn't move around like water. You can see how oil, greasy, type slow. But when it does get hot, it roams around and moves around like water. So this is going to warm up. We're going to fry up a few of these tostada shells. Then we'll go on to the next step and we'll go to the toppings. But we also need beans and we also need hamburger. So we got some tostada shells in the oven baking. We're going to make some fried. And then we will be right back with more delicious content creation. Okay, now what we want to do is make sure that that frying oil is once again at about 7.5 on the dial. 7.5 is good to fry whatever we're going to fry. This oil's heating up. We do have the tostada shells in the oven. This is after about 5 minutes. They're not quite done. You see how that one is kind of wilting over. We want that not to do. That's okay to turn them over, but we want them to be as straight flat as possible so that they'll hold tostada stuff, beans and all that's going on it. So back up here, this oil's heating up. Let's see what we got. Not quite ready. We're working on those tostada shells in there at about 5 to 6 or 7 minutes. We're going to go ahead and drop that in there. Gonna let it sizzle up. And we will come back to do the hamburger meat. We are going to have hamburger meat, but it's just basic like we did before. You're going to fry it down. Dump out the grease. It's going to go in a bowl. And then when we go to assemble the tostadas, we'll put it on either one of these fried ones, which is very good. It's delicious. And a good idea to do is to use the oil from the from the tacos that we made last time, where we also made a tostada shell. And let's take a look at those ones down in the oven. Alright, see how they're getting dried up? We want those to be a little brown and crispy. These don't take very long at all, so we're going to do that. We're going to get those other ones out when they're done. They have been in there about a whole 6.5, 7 minutes, like I said before. They usually take about 10 or so. And this is how we fry up the tostada shell in the oil. Now these ones usually will come out flatter. They got a little more grease taste to them. So now they're kind of stiff. Not quite completely as cooked as I want it to be. And we will repeat this process. You see, the oil gets hot enough to cook a little quicker. But what we're looking for is some brownness, some stiffness. We want it to be crunchy, we want it to be hard, but we also want to be able to bite through it. We don't want it to be too chewy. So let's take a look at the tostada shells down here. Boom. Alright, and what are they doing? It's very hot. Yeah, they're about there, a little bit longer down there. A little bit longer down there. This tostada shell looks like it's getting nice and brown. Let me get over here. This tostada shell looks like it's getting nice. There we go. Look at that. Alright, that means these are going to cook a lot quicker now. Always want to drip off whatever oil. Delicious content creation. That's what we're doing. Now you see how that's cooking up? Alright, let's get it over. Yeah, we don't want it to just turn into bubbles on the other side. You want it to cook and be flat. If it has too many bubbles, when you go to bite in it, the tortilla will shatter and everything will fall off. So you want to make sure you're eating over your plate when you bite into the ones that they have bubbles, like these will get really big. So we're going to do some more like this. In a couple of more minutes, we'll pull out the ones from the oven and show you how they are compared to these. And then you will see some more delicious content creation. Okay, ladies and germs, here we are again. Our pan is hot. We have our 1 pound of pink slime. Like always, cook it down, get rid of the oil. Cook it down, get rid of the oil. Now, as always, I'm going to break it up. Now we're going to put salt and pepper on it. I'm going to fry it down. We're going to get rid of the oil. And as it's nice and fried down and broken up, it is going to go on the tostadas when we put them together. So as you can see, oops, I'm hoping the camera on there a little better. Okay, same stuff. Just like before, some salt and pepper. A lot of times I would like to use garlic powder. I don't have any. That does give it another flavor that's delicious. Sometimes you'll notice it's there, sometimes you won't. It depends if you're used to having it. So, what we're doing is we got that sucker on 7.5. It's frying up this burger nice and good. We're going to get it to break down into broken up ground beef style so that we put it onto the tostadas that isn't in giant chunks, and it'll be more of a even taste as it's levelly put across the entire tostada. So we're going to cook it up real quick like that. You see how it's browning and getting good and nice and cooked up. Now this is the difference between this meat and the last one. The last one was 73-17 or something with the fat. This one is 85% meat and 15 fat, and it has a lot less grease. So we're going to let that cook up. Now, let's go over to the tostada shells. There, you just got done. We pulled them out of the oven. Here's the last of them. They're nice and crunchy. This is what they look like when they come out of the oven. This is what they look like coming out of the oven. Just regular cooked up baked taco shells. Those are great. I mean tostada shells. Cooked up, baked up. These are baked. Those are greasy. Those are fried. These are baked. They were a total of 10-15 minutes. What you want to do is you get one. Is it ready? Cracked. Beautiful. That is a tostada shell. This one over here. Is it ready? Excuse me. This one over here. Is it ready? Cracked. Tostada shell. Delicious. Fried. Baked. Now we're cooking up that hamburger and we'll be right back. And this is done. We'll show you what to do with the beans. Delicious content creation. We'll be back in a moment. Okay, delicious content creation. We're back. This meat has been cooked up. We've gotten rid of most of the grease. There's a little bit in there. We're going to get rid of that in a second. We want to cook it up nice and crunchy. Well done. We always like well done because we never know what's going on with pink slime. Now, can you see how that has a little bit of brown goldiness right there. That's done. That's well done. We want this all to kind of be a little crunchy like that. We're going to put this in a bowl. It's going to be one of the toppings. And we will be right back and show you that. And the rest of the toppings, we'll chop them up and get them up there for you. Delicious content creation. Back in a minute. Hey guys and girls. Delicious content creation. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, what we have here is a can of refried beans. Now, we popped the lid on that, opened up a can opener, and a lot of times it's kind of difficult to get those beans to come out in one little shot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a secret way. A lot of people do know it. It's not real so secret, but it's a secret way to get these out in one shot. What you do is you turn this can over. Boom. Now, a lot of times you have to poke a hole with your knife like that and then blow in it, but this one just fell out. I guess I had enough refried oil in it to make it fall, but that's what we're looking for. We're going to refry these beans on the stove, get them nice and hot, and we're going to go to Tostada land in a second. Be right back. Hey, delicious content creation, we're back. These are the beans in the can. Now, I threw a little bit of oil in there that I fried up the tostada shells in. There was a little oil left. Just enough for me to put in these beans to make sure they're refried like we want them refried. Now, with any of the recipes I make, the refried beans come refried, yeah, but they're going to need flavor. So we're going to put some salt, it's a big can of beans. I'm going to put some pepper, and like I said, pretty soon I'll do some garlic powder, and we'll throw that in there too. That's always really good. So we're going to just go ahead and break these down. We're going to spread these across the tostada shell after we break it down and get it nice and creamy and hot. Then we'll put the other toppings as well, which is the lettuce, the tomato, the onion. Remember that? We're going to go do some chopping here in a second, so let's let these heat up and we will be right back. Delicious content creation, that's right. Delicious content creation. And like always, we're going to do some lettuce and some tomato and some onion now. With these tostadas, we're going to go ahead and we're going to shred the lettuce instead of doing the choppy chop. So if you have a head of lettuce that's been sliced already, all you got to do is go down like that. That's enough. Give it a little turn, see how it's coming out shredded. That's all you got to do some shredded lettuce. Now, this is going to be really good on the tostadas. Sometimes the chopped lettuce is a little much. Okay, so we're just going to shred them. And then we're going to get that. I'm going to put it in that bowl shredded. And we got a bowl for each. We're going to chop some onion. I'm going to chop it a little smaller so that it'll sit on top of the tostadas. I'm going to chop up some tomato as well, like regular. I'm going to just take that shredded and put it over there. See how that just keeps on getting to the point where you can just keep shredding it. Nice and shredded. See that? That's what we're looking for. So let's shred this lettuce up. What I'll do is I'll put a little bit of the lettuce aside a little bit later on, maybe a little bit more. I'm just going to shred this up so that we can make some tostadas C2C, and then if we need some more later, we will eat that ourselves and make some more shredded. So there goes the shredded lettuce, ladies and germs. Delicious content creation in your face. Look at that delicious content creation with salad. That's the lettuce shredded, ready for the tostadas. Now we're going to chop the tomatoes and the onion. Be right back. Delicious content creation. Here we go with the tomato. Gonna chop it up. Remember what I was saying about your knife being sharp? I sharpened this knife right before we got into this chopping situation. Now, like I was saying, you don't have to chop it all at once. You want it a certain size, chop it small. You want it a bigger size, chop it big. There you go. So you decide how you want your size of tomatoes to be chopped up on top of your tostada. We're going to just put these chopped up into that bowl. And we're going to put that on when we construct the tostada here in front of you in a minute. Let me just go ahead and bring this one out. We're going to get this chopped up stuff right in here. Chopped up right in the bowl right there. And then we'll chop the other tomato. Gotta love the choppy chop on the tomato. Boom. Boom. Delicious content chopping. Alright. Do it really quick so that we can speed this up. The beans are just about burned up. That's the way we like them, nice and hot so they spread. We will be making a tostada as soon as I chop up that onion. And then we're going to see exactly if you can follow the directions and have your own delicious content creation at home. And have delicious tostadas like we're going to here very soon. Delicious content creation. Okay, here we go, ladies and germs. We got the onion. Just like before. Gonna chop it into slices. However thickness you want your onions chopped up to be, that's what you cut that slice in. Gonna set that aside over here. We're gonna do the chop like we did before, remember? Onion is already cut one way by itself. All you gotta do is get it and chop it up like that. Look at that. Chopped up, chopped. It doesn't even have to be together. You can just go ahead and run them. It likes to escape sometime a little bit. But delicious content creation doesn't let you down. This is all fresh stuff. You've seen it being chopped up right in front of your face. So, got some onion. I know me, and I'm gonna need a little bit more onion than that on my tostadas. So we're gonna go ahead and not be crowded on the cutting block, but we're gonna go ahead and chop up just a little bit more onion. Okay, and remember, however big you cut the slice here is how big your onion will show up. The thickness depends on the thickness of the slice. And you can make it even thinner just by cutting it smaller or larger. Those are bigger, those are smaller. See that one? Okay, there's a bigger, you can just go like that. Okay, so delicious content creation. We do now have the toppings ready. Now, my friend over here, the guy that I come to use this place to cook with, he likes some avocado. So we got an avocado and we made some slices. Just sliced them up so he could put slices on his. Now we have the lettuce. I got the onion. We got the tomato sliced up. Degreased the hamburger and got it in a bowl. Now, lettuce, tomato, onion, hamburger. We're going to do this. Now what we're going to do, ladies and germs, we're going to do the creation of the content. Here's a plate. Here's the beans, the meat, plate. We're going to get a tostada shell, okay? And then we're going to take some beans, boom. We're going to go like that, see? Mix some beans right on there, and you don't need a whole bunch, just enough to put, we call this the glue. Okay, so there's the beans. We got some meat. Let's get this over there. So I'll put a little bit of hamburger on that dogger. See that? Get that spoon out of there. We'll put some hamburger at the base. Okay, got the lettuce. Gonna put some lettuce on, a little shred of lettuce like that. Got the onion. I like onion on mine. We're gonna throw a couple of onions. Boomity boom. Some tomato. See how that works like that? Okay, this is just one tostada. A little tomato, a little onion, and a little that and the other. Now, what we also happen to have, miraculously, would be a little bit of shredded cheese, which is also delicious on there. So for the show, we're going to throw a little shredded cheese on there like that. Oh my God, look how delicious that looks. Right? Okay, so we got the mysterious stuff. I am not going to pick up any of the avocado from a friend because I'm going to let him get the best of that. But I am going to throw some sour cream on this thing just because it looks delicious like that and it tastes good. Delicious content creation in your face. Now, we also, for me, because I'm a Mexican, I have a serrano chili. So, what you're looking at now is all of the ingredients. Tostada shells, baked, fried, beans, hamburger meat, lettuce, onion, tomato. You can throw avocado on or not, some sour cream. There it is, ladies and germs. In your house, that simple, that quick, delicious content creation. We'll see you with the next recipe. 7 simple suppers. Great.